Alrighty, part two of the W210 passenger side mirror replacement. Critical notes. The gasket portion here, this is the rubber piece that goes behind the mirror between it and the body of the car. Hopefully one of yours will be in good shape. By that I mean the one that was on your car before your mirror got hurt, or the one that hopefully came on the donor mirror. I'm not sure what to do if they're both in bad shape, but what I was going to show you is this plug, the electrical plug that's on the plate, mount plate. It can't fit through the hole. So what I found necessary to do was to take an X-Acto knife and very carefully cut around that to release this from the electrical cord. The other portion will stay on the electrical harness cord. Don't worry about that. And there is a little screw here, by the way, that retains a clamp holding the electrical plug in place. So that's what I'm referring to right there. You just take that. By the way, it's a T10. Very tiny Torx head screw. You'll want to do this right, so be sure to have a T10 to take that out. And then this is the old mirror, so I'm not worried. And one of these was so destroyed. What I had to do then was I had to cut a little slot. I did not cut all the way through. I just cut about an inch down or so and then stop before the edge. And that gives plenty of room for that plug to poke through. And then that allows you to switch over to your best gasket. That was necessary because my original gasket was in perfect shape and I needed to attach it to the new donor mirror. Other two things to think about. If you have a later model 210, you're going to have your turn signal in your mirror cover, and that's a very handy feature. It looks good. It's a safe feature. So I'm going to try and retain it here. And that means you have to make sure that the electrical connector, that little guy right there, okay, goes into the slot here. And the way you do that is when you're pushing the cover on, be sure to eyeball up there beyond the mirror. You can see it pretty clearly. And make sure it's interfacing correctly. Okay, the other angle, besides the electrical and the gasket, is a little clip here. See, it's pretty critical this clip be out. That way when you slide the mirror cover on, that little protrusion inside the cover, which I'll go ahead and show that again in a second, it clicks past there. But if you've already taken your mirror cover off, this will probably be pinched in there all the way because the process of pulling it off is going to push it backwards. There's a little bitty clip in there. You can see it right there in the center. See that little gap in the plug? I mean in the clip? That guy is going to hook onto the inner little ledge in here, and then you're not going to be able to pop this out. The way you do that, before you slide your cover on, you've got to push forward and be extremely careful because you could crack that glass. You want to push only on the die-cast frame edge here. And I've got my screwdriver stuck in there so you can kind of see the angle. I'm a little too low on the screwdriver. What you're doing is you're pushing through the gap. It might even help to have a helper do you hold the mirror forward while you do it. And you're going to reach in there with this flathead screwdriver. You're going to put it in behind there. You're coming in from the back of the car. And you're going to pop that little thing loose and it'll come out. Then you're ready to put your mirror back in. Put your cover back on, I should say. Alrighty? So there you have it. Let me put it on pause and reattach it all, and hopefully I'll show you a working turn signal and a cover that doesn't come off. Okay, one more quick view before I actually attach it. There's the ledge, that little protrusion there. That is going to slide past and interface with the clip on the back of the mirror. Okay, I showed you in the first video. By the way, this is part number two of a two-part video, so be sure to watch number one to see. I showed real clearly how you got to push this whole assembly back and pull that clip out to allow the cover to come off. Well, now we're reversing the procedure. All right, so I got to pause the video in order to do this properly. Show you the result. Okay, second go around here. I got the cover on. Problem was the turn signal didn't work, and I know it works on that. So I figured out what happened was this little electrical connector was too floppy. Too crazy floppy loose. So I've added a piece of electrical tape here as a temporary holder. It is going to prevent it from flopping around, and then hopefully that'll allow it to make good electrical contact in there, go straight in the gap. So I'm kind of using that tape to stabilize it. It's got to just do it for a minute while it makes contact, and then once it's in there and in good, it'll be on perfectly, as long as see how much it's way sturdier than it was before. So anyways, little tricks like that. You got to be good when you got a 20-year-old car. All kinds of stuff going to give you trouble. And by the way, too, now I can show you. See how the clip is in the position that allows the cover to go off but won't hold it on. So I'm going to put the phone down, put the camera down, and pop my clip out, doing that same method I showed you a minute ago. Okay? And then hopefully I'll show you a finished result in just a moment. Thanks for your patience. Okay, success popping that clip out. Now it's ready to snap back into place and retain the mirror cover. I pray I get that electrical connector on, and we have a turn signal. Being kind of picky here, but I put up with this long enough. I want it right. Okay, I'm reasonably happy here. I've got a little bit of turn signal action. I wiggle it and it gets brighter and dimmer. I think I've got a marginal connection. I did clean the contacts with cleaner and put a little dielectric grease on them. But my battery's possibly low from all the work I've been doing today. So I have some function. I'm glad for that. Beggars can't be too choosy. One little tip. As you're sliding this guy on, what you'll be doing is right the last inch that you push the cover on, you're going to be watching in the gap up here because you're going to be able to see the electrical connector slide in. Make sure it's interfacing. There's like 3 contact points back here in the back part of the bottom that are where the plastic slides over the die cast protrusion. Okay, and then as you vary it to that last half inch or so, you're going to feel it click as you push it. All right, so I hope this is helpful to some of y'all. Cover's not coming off. It's on there fully. I would have to tilt it like I showed you before and hit that clip to get it to come loose. And let's go inside the car and see how it'll work when we go to adjust it. Okay. Woo. Alrighty, we have a functioning right mirror. That is so exciting. Car no longer looks totally ghetto. If you want to look ghetto, just rip one of your side mirrors off. I guarantee you'll be instant ghetto. So praise God, the wife will be happy. We'll be safer as we drive. My daughter learned an important lesson. You want to completely take up a day of your father's life, rip the mirror off his car, and that's what it's going to take. Okay, let me know in the comments if this was helpful. I tried to show every detail. And take care. God bless. Have a great day.